well. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Marivel Ramos, and I'm the director for the Military Spouse Mentorship Program. And then we also have Traci with us, and she's our program manager. Meeting is all about learning about MSAN and how much it's grown over the years. So it was really cool to put all this data together. I've been with MSAN for 5.5 years, so to see where it was to where we are now, it's mind-blowing.
I'm Allie Hughes. I am an Air Force spouse mentor with the mentorship program, and I am also LIMS coordinator.
Yeah. Jen Fensel. I'm a new mentor. I've been around and been with all branches of service, so I'm happy to mentor spouses from different branches of service. And I'm the program manager for LIMS.
So my name is Julia, and I'm the advocate coordinator.
I am so excited to be here. For those of you who are new, you are in for the ride of your life because this is such a great program and it does so many awesome things for so many people. So I'm honored to be a part of this program.
And I just want to take a moment to thank each of you for coming on. I know there's a lot going on right now. Some of you are on with us right now dealing with it. So I just appreciate you taking the time to know that we're here for you no matter what. If you just need to chat with us to get through it all, we are here for you. Just know we're here, okay? We've all been there. We're ears to listen, to support you no matter what. So,
and it's a tough time for everyone. So reach out if you don't have a mentor, get a mentor. We're all on the hub as well, providing support. So we're here for all of you. This is our Connecting with MSAN moment. And today we're talking about the growth of MSAN. And it all started because of our amazing MSAN founder and CEO, Berenice Castillo. So she's felt a need. She's an Air Force retired spouse, and she felt that there was a big need in our community for mentorship and guidance through the years. And she had this vision for MSAN and never really gave up on it. And you guys will see through these slides where it started and where it's at now, and the magnificent work that she has done alongside with all her volunteers and staff and everyone that contributes to MSAN, from like our partners and our funding partners and everything just in general comes together to provide this amazing program to all of our members.
So we have values at MSAN, our education, empowerment, support, community, and collaboration. That's our goal, is just to make sure that all military spouses, new to retired to everything in between, have the education that you need to empower yourself, advocate for yourself, live this life to the best of its ability. And we provide support, a community. Obviously, we're a big community. I call it a family because we're a big family. You can reach out anytime and someone's going to be there to give you whatever you need. And then we collaborate together to do all the education and empowering of you all.
Perfect. So MSAN is a nonprofit organization, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and the real mission of it is to create stronger military families through education, empowerment, and support, right? That's the foundation of it. That's where it all began. So this all started in November of 2014. And this last year in 2024, we celebrated the 10-year anniversary for MSAN, and I heard V talk about it on a podcast. Berenice, we call her V, by the way. Like, that's her. In case you guys hear her say V, it's Berenice. We heard her talk in a podcast about the growth that MSAN has had and how it really took her a moment to sit back and realize all the great stuff that has happened in 10 years, right? It's really easy to focus on any negative things that have happened. Those come to your mind really fast, but the positive, it's amazing when you step back and see all that. Currently, we have a team of volunteers and staff made up of 70 people with MSAN. So 70 of us are working together to support all of our military spouses, and we have 5 amazing board members that offer their guidance and support and direction for the program and make sure we stay in line with our goals there. Over 18,000 hours have been volunteered with MSAN between all of our volunteers that we have. That is an amazing number. And it continues to grow because we're constantly getting new volunteers, and we're pushing for those hours. We have a community to serve, specifically in times like we're going through right now, where our spouses are being called, for certain duties, we need support. So the mentees are reaching out, the spouses are reaching out to us to get that support. So it's amazing that we have volunteers ready and able to help and guide to resources that are needed.
So now let's go into some of our programs and see this amazing growth that we've done. We have our military spouse mentorship program, which is us, our mentors, mentees, MSNP. So our current number of mentees is 146 that we manage, that our amazing mentors are mentoring with that one-on-one mentorship, mentoring with 146 of them. Since 2022, we've had over 1,000 requests for a mentor. That shows you that that need is there, and we are right there supporting and providing that support for our mentors and mentees. We currently have 5 branch mentors, 33 mentors, which to me is amazing. It might be the highest we've ever had that since I've been around. And we have 3 staff members. So we all work together to support the mentorship program, to support you as military spouses, the Mentorship HUB, because we help manage the Mentorship HUB. That's what we're here for. So that's us. If you want to request a mentor, if you're on here or watching the recording, it's at the bottom. You can reach out. However, just reach out to a mentor, whether it's through our hub chat, our website. There are different links throughout the website. When you join the hub, there was a request there, and then I put the mentor's email as well.
And you guys, like, this is the foundation of MSAN. So this is only from 2022, right? MSAN started in 2014. So the numbers from the people that requested mentors before that, we don't have that available. We probably could get it from V somewhere down the line. We didn't have time to gather it, but this is just from when we started tracking it forward. So this number is underrated to the amount of like spouses we've actually helped. So when MSAN first started, it was only peer-to-peer mentorship. That's the only thing we have. We didn't have a hub platform. We didn't have no leadership courses. It was just mentorship. And people would reach out via email or social media or the website somewhere and say they needed a mentor. And it would all be done through email, and you would get an email and you would just chat through email. There was no other form. It was amazing when we got the hub, which we'll talk about in next slide, I think. And the hub really bridged that gap of providing support, to military spouses outside of when you communicated with email. So to see that this is where we started, but this is not where we're at, but it continues to be like an important piece of MSA, and that peer-to-peer mentorship is not going anywhere. People really value that in our program, and the fact that we can offer that mentor to the members in need. And that's what we're talking about, the hub. So the hub launched in 2021, and it was a big adjustment for all of us because we were used to that peer-to-peer only email communication, and now all of a sudden we have this platform that is almost run like a social media site, to be honest, but it's everyone is vetted to get in there. There's an entire process. There's rules on what we can post and not post. All of our mentors and staff, everyone is in the hub, and there's so many resources. And yes, Vince, the hub it's a lot of information. Traci, is our new space yet created?
It's created. It hasn't launched yet. We're waiting for final launching of it, but as soon as it's there, we understand it does take some getting used to navigating, but we have a brand new member space where it has all the how-tos, and as soon as it is live, we will put a big post in the hub saying, hey, y'all go check this out so you can learn how to actually use it and ask the questions.
Yeah,
but in the
Vince,
meantime, ask questions.
So once that space is created, Vince, you can go in there, and it's going to really help you navigate the hub and see how everything works in there. But now we can offer 24/7 support to our spouses, right? Before we used to have to wait for this email to go back and forth. Now we have spouses around the globe, mentors around the globe. And so we really value that we can offer 24/7 support, because whenever someone logs in, there's likely someone online with a title, and they can reach out to that person via the chat feature, which is used a lot. We use the chat feature a lot. People connect with our bios with something we posted. And so it's another form of mentoring. It's in the hub and it's via the chat. So again, it was launched in 2021. The Mentorship Hub currently has 2,671 people in it and growing. Like this month has had, oh, Traci, I don't remember. I think in the first 2 weeks of June, we had 40 people join. And it's just continued to grow, continues to see more spouses in there and engagement. So we have community groups in there. There's 15 of them. These are the groups that you can join, like depending on your branch, your branch specific spouse page, your spouse discussion, your new military spouse. There's a lot of groups in there that you can join. We have courses and training. We have 5 in there currently and 1 new one coming soon. And these are areas that you can go in and learn about the topic that the course is on, right? It's completely free. You do it at your own time, and it's amazing. They're all in there for you. This is also where we hold our any events that are happening, like this one. It was posted in the hub under the events. The Chatting with Traci and Friends are also in there. Advocacy hours. You can find them all listed under the events. And sometimes for our giveaways or other occasions, we go live in the hub, is what we call it. So you'll see us in the actual hub. And it's a special place to be because not everyone is in the hub, right? Not every military spouse clearly is in the hub. But if you are, there's a lot of giveaways and special stuff going on further in there. So if you have friends in your local community that are not in the hub, get them over there. They just have to fill out the access form sheet, get vetted, and they can join us in the hub. And feel free to engage in the hub. Yeah. If you see a post, if you want to post something, if you want to connect with someone, chat messages, that this is your hub. This is all of ours, and we all can be interactive in there as well.
Absolutely. Well, that's where we connect with one another, share our stories. So our final, I think this is our final group that we're going to talk about is the LIMS, our Leadership Institute for Military Spouses, which launched just this year. Yay. And I know several of you have participated in that. Military Spouse Leadership Development Program, that's the MSLDP, was the very first part of this, and it was launched in 2021, which that's that leadership development program run through Harvard. Did I get that right, Allie? Good. Okay. And then our most recent is our Emerging Leaders Program, which just launched this year. We're in our 2nd cohort. I know we have some cohort alumni in here, or some that are currently in there. That's me and Marivel, or Marivel and I. Look, I can't even talk today. So that's awesome. And we're continuing to grow that. They're launching some brand new programs just recently. If you've been on our social media, you've seen the news about that. And so they're continuing to grow. We have 299 current alumni. Alumni are anyone that's participated in ELP or MSLDP. With our current ELP cohort, which has 1 more session, it'll be 342 that have participated in LIMS. 250 are MSLDP, and 49 or 92 as of next weekend have done ELP. So that is phenomenal. If you want more information, the website is at the bottom down there. You can also connect with Allie, Jen, or Elaine, who run the programs and get more information, but they're constantly, we saw the need. Military spouses want leadership. They want to continue to grow. So what can we do? Hey, we can provide free courses through amazing organizations that help support our military spouses. So if you are interested in any of that, please look into it.
Awesome. So that's
There's
then we
one
have the
more, sorry.
Psych Hub. Yeah, and this is for the Mental Health Ally certification. So Psych Hub, which launched in 2024, and since then we have had 388 people, including MSLDP, mentees, volunteers, and staff, all certified as mental health allies. That is amazing. And that number continues to grow. Remember that this particular training is available to military spouses. Obviously, there's like you have to be a military spouse or a veteran or post 9/11. There's like certain criteria, but as long as you fall in those categories, it's a completely free certification that you can have. It's an amazing program that really helps you in your own personal life and help those around you. So it's really awesome that all of our volunteers have to be mental health ally certified in order to provide that support to our military spouses. And then if you're taking any of the leadership courses, it's embedded in that as well. So it's just a valuable thing to have to be able to take care of one another and specifically ourselves in there.
It's only embedded in the MSLDP. And I'm just now looking at this slide, realizing we actually launched the Psych Hub back when MSLDP first launched. So those first cohorts were taking mental health ally. It launched to all military spouses in July 2024. So absolutely. If you, even if you aren't taking any of the LIMS courses or volunteering with us and just want it, please reach out. There's 2 websites you can You can get the information on either of those websites and it'll all come to me some way, somehow. I'm the one that's running it for our spouses. So if you are interested and haven't taken it yet, super valuable. I really encourage you to do it. And it's free and it's at your own timing. So absolutely
Yeah,
look into
I
it.
think what we have to remember with the leadership courses and the mental health ally is that these are free courses for you through MSAN, right? MSAN is covering the fee. So if you were to take these anywhere else, you'd have to pay the fee to get the certification. These are coming in free. So anything to better ourselves and specifically leadership to help us in that professional life is amazing. So it's amazing that MSAN is able to offer this back to everyone. So
So
now I'll
let's
meet,
meet our teams.
yes, our actual teams. Go ahead, Tracy.
So let's meet our teams because we couldn't do any of this supporting our spouses without all of our teams, our mentors, our advocates, our ambassadors, all our different departments. So we're going to kind of let you see who's who in MSAN to kind of give you some insights. And guess what? All of this stuff is over in our new member space too. So you can always refer back to it because I know sometimes it's hard to remember who's who and whatever. So here we go.
All right, so this is our team again. This is a military spouse mentorship program. So we're one program of MSAN. The I'm the director, Tracy's the manager. We also have Christine as our coordinator. And together we oversee all the mentorship program, including the hub. So then we have our next line of leadership, which is our branch mentors. And these are the managers per se for each of the branches. We try to have a branch mentor for all the branches. Currently, we have a few vacancies, and these Tracy and our team, we are covering these until we have a branch mentor in place, which we hope we'll have sometime this summer soon. We have excellent candidates that can move into those roles, and it's amazing to see for MSAN how you can go into different roles with MSAN, right? So this is like we're going from the top tier down. So the staff, then the branch mentors, and then the next one should be our mentors. Go ahead, Tracy.
Our awesome, amazing mentors, which we have two of you on board online with us right now. We have our Air and Space Force, our Army, our Coast Guard, our Reserves, our Navy, National Guard, and Marine Corps. So as you see, every single branch is covered. If you are in any of these branches looking for a mentor, or maybe you're thinking, hey, I'd love to mentor with you, I'm interested, reach out. We will get you settled in. We'll go over all the information, but this is where we couldn't do it. We could not support all our military spouses without the dedication and the time of our amazing mentors who put tireless number of hours and time into making sure that all military spouses have everything they need, whether it is a support, an answer to a question, a resource, an ear to listen, a relationship, a connection, because we know often we are not stationed anywhere near a military spouse, or maybe life is just in the way and you can't get connected with military spouses. That's another way of mentoring. We mentor through email, through hub chat, or Zoom. I know Lori on here with us, she does Zoom with all of her mentees and they love it. I hear nothing but wonderful things. So Ali does the same. So it's whatever works for you. We meet you where you are. And yes, some of the teams are smaller, but they're all growing. I have to say, they're all growing.
And you guys, there was a time when we didn't have any mentors for some of these branches. Like it was everybody,
Recently,
yeah, everybody was covering for all the branches. So it's amazing to see that every team right now has at least one person in there. And we're
it's
constantly
exciting.
interviewing and doing the process to get mentors because there's a need. You guys are making a difference in the lives of military spouses, and there's a big need. So we're constantly having mentors added to our team.
Absolutely. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. There we go.
This is kind of answering your comment here. Allison was saying maybe grouping the mentors together by the needs rather than by the branches. So like dealing with transition or foreign spouses, geo batches, something like that. So this is kind of what this fills that void. So we have our advocates. Our advocates are covering those type of subjects, the subjects that are coming up consistently within our military community, right? These are our subject matter experts in things like mental health and well-being, career and employment advocates, veteran transitioning and retiree, deployment reintegration, Gold Star, financial, caregivers, new military spouse, education advocate. and they feel this is the hottest topics that come up within our military community consistently that we've seen over and over. So we have a dedicated person that's there to support in these topics, right? So if you're a mentee and you're connected with your mentor and you have a specific question, your mentor's likely going to reach out to the advocate to try to get the resources for you. And they might even connect you directly with the advocate because the advocate is specific to that topic. So they have a lot more resources on there. I believe Julia, you're on with us today, and she's our coordinator, our advocate coordinator. So she coordinates everything. You'll see, Julia, I'll let you speak on that real quick on what your advocates are doing in the advocate moments and what they're doing there to
He's like,
connect.
wait, what? I have to speak.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning.
Sorry, Julia, you're on here.
No, hi. So yes, I'm the advocate coordinator. So we have implemented a program called Advocacy Hours. And basically, this is where we prompt all of the advocates to have an allotted time once a month or more, whatever the needs are, for anyone to hop on and ask questions, connect with that advocate more. So that it's like looking at Allison's question. We have that the advocates are, gotta stress me out. Come on, advocacy hours, talk to our advocates and ask your questions. That is what they're here for. They're all amazing, great people. Their hours are just open-ended. People come, vent, ask 100 questions. It's really up to you, whatever someone wants to talk about.
Yeah, and I think with
And our
Veronique,
mentors too, right, Marivel? Our mentors can answer any questions on any topics. And it is very difficult sometimes to just have mentors in specific areas. So that's why we have our advocates. But know that our mentors are knowledgeable on all these different areas. And when they're not, we have a whole team of 33 mentors, branch mentors, and then the rest of the MSAN team, like Jen jumping in for our Marine Corps currently, to talk about or support you in any matters, even if that particular mentor isn't knowledgeable in that one area. However, sometimes we do, if we know it's a specific area, like you said, geobatching, and we know one of our mentors is a geobatcher, we're going to assign you to that mentor in that branch.
Yeah, and honestly, the way that these advocate topics were created was because we listened to the feedback from our mentors and the spouses that are being mentored, and we were constantly receiving feedback and running surveys and things to make sure that we're hitting the topics that are needed, right? We send advocates like a quarterly summary of what has been asked the most so that they can make sure that they cover that in the future for our spouses. So if Berenice feels like there's a need for a new advocate, it'll happen. Some of these advocates are new ones that have been created out of need. So we're always looking at our data and making sure that we're covering as much as we can, right? We don't expect anyone to know everything by any means. Even like a mentor, you can't like we don't expect our mentors to know everything. Not any of us, not any one of us knows everything. So we rely on each other. Our entire mentorship team, our all branches, right, come together when there's a need. And if they can't answer it at that level, then they reach out to Traci and I, and we try to find the resource. And if guess what, if we can't find it, then we're reaching all the way up to the president. We're reaching out to Veronice and saying, hey, this is the situation. We've tried this, done that, and there's never been a time when Veronice has not helped us. Like every single time we've come together to help our community. So we find the resources to get where we need it. So just rest assured that you can always ask your mentors, the questions, and they will in the back of the scene, they're trying to find the answer with everything that we have available to us. So our advocates are a vital part of our MSAN program, and we absolutely love them, and we encourage you to interact with them. You'll see them posting in the hub as well. They're in the hub. You'll see them in there. So we encourage you to interact with our advocates as well. Aside from advocates, we have ambassadors. So truly, we're all ambassadors for MSAN as volunteers and staff. We talk about MSAN, we post about MSAN, we say we bleed purple because it's like we're in MSAN stuff all the time. But in this case, the ambassadors have the official role for communicating about MSAN in their local communities. So they go out and talk about MSAN in their local installations, and they connect the people with MSAN, and that's their official role. So currently we have 4 of them. We have Christiana with the Air Force, Fadua with the Marines, Monique with the Navy, and Maya with the Air Force. So you'll also see them in the hub, so feel free to connect with them as well. Tracy, did I miss anything in the chat? I've just been like,
I think we answered it. Oops, whoops, wrong way. Sorry. So they're asking if we can mention stuff when you request a mentor. Absolutely. On any of the square forms on the website that you fill out, even in our hub request, which y'all are already in the hub, so you wouldn't be filling out the request. But if you send an email to the mentors account, you can just say, hey, I need support with foreign bound, geobashing, blah, blah, you know, whatever your needs are, and you can reach out directly that way, and we send that to our branch mentors who then take a look at your information and look at their team. And then you can also request it specifically from your mentor. If your mentor, and sometimes this happens, maybe your mentor says, hey, you know what, I'm not familiar with this. Do we have someone else on the team that would be better? We can absolutely make those changes if there's someone like maybe we missed it or there's better. And we've even sometimes cross branch matched because someone on another branch is just super knowledgeable in a certain area and someone is really looking, for example, a recent EFMP request came through and there's someone that is really knowledgeable and then the one that would have been assigned is not, but the other one's on a different branch. So we just cross branched it and they are in a different branch, which it's okay because you know what? We're just military spouses. We're not necessarily tied to our
and
branches.
sometimes we do it out of need. Like we don't have enough mentors in a branch and there's so many mentee requests coming in, then we're going to reach out to other branches and or other departments, right, Jen? Jen is what we like to call our, what do we call them, Tracy?
Auxiliary.
Mentors. Yeah. So when all of our mentors groups are full and we're still in need, then Jen, we're going to reach out to our auxiliary mentors like her to help us out, which she did so gracefully.
It's really a pleasure. I mean, I've had the opportunity to follow my soldier around the world to go wherever the nation needed him to go. And we've had the chance to work with other branches of service and I've learned a lot. And so with that, I'm happy to share what I've learned when people need to know what they need to know. So it's really easy and a joy to be able to connect with spouses when they need to find out that information.
Yeah,
we all have something to share. We all have something
Allison,
to give back.
I think the issue is that most spouses that we mentor, they want someone in their branch. Like that's the request. They're coming in that they want someone in their own branch, in their own community to connect with. They're not looking to connect like an army with a navy. It doesn't make sense because they don't go through the same thing. So most of the ones that we mentor, they are requesting similar or same branch in that.
Whereas, but some don't. So like I am an Army Reserve mentor. I'm not even a mentor currently. I am a mentorship program manager, but I'm mentoring 2 Marine Corps mentees. So because the need arose. So Jen, same thing. She's an Army spouse mentoring Marine Corps. We meet you where you are and we will always provide the support you need no matter what it is. So
yeah, it's not about going through the
up.
same. She's saying like, do you think they don't go through the same things? They might go through similar things, but I think the resources for each of the branches is very different.
So, for example, Coast Guard doesn't have access to a lot of the same resources. National Guard and Reserves. Marissa is one of our branch mentors for the reserves. They have different access to different programs. So sometimes being in your own branch is more helpful because you know, like for example, Allie might be able to know all these Air Force resources that only are available in the Air Force, whereas I may not know all of those as an Army Reserve and same.
That's true. And I will say that it took me a while to translate. And what I called myself for a while is like, is bi or trilingual at this point, because, acronyms in the Navy or the Marine Corps mean something different in the Army. And quite frankly, once once Brian was working with the Navy or working with the Marine Corps for a while, and now he's retired, I have forgotten some of the Army acronyms. So if you say an acronym, I may translate it in my brain to something Marine Corps at this point or something Navy because I have forgotten what it is in the Army at this point. So once you are able to recognize that something could be potentially different in different branches of service, you're going to say, oh, well, from what branch of service are you referencing, so that you kind of understand where they're coming from so that you can answer the question appropriately. And so it does make complete sense that someone would want to be connected to someone from their branch of service because it's familiar. They're going to get the answer that they're looking for. But if I know that someone's coming to me looking for Marine Corps answers or looking for the Navy answer, then I'm going to find the Marine Corps answer or the Navy answer for them. I'm not going to come back to them with an Army answer because that's not what they're looking for. So, yeah.
But we also know, following on that same thing, your relationship with your mentor is very inclusive of the two of you. So I think I kind of know where Allison is going because I know a little bit about Allison from our chat last week. When you don't live near a base, you might not have access to the same resources, or maybe your spouse is Navy and stationed at a non-Navy base. So you may not always have access to those same resources that the rest of them have, or their job, their career. We know every single career within every single branch is very different. So the great thing is that our mentors are trained to research and to look. We get to know each other very well. And we know, for example, Marissa is our resource guru. Usually, if none of us can find the answer, I'm gonna go to Marissa and say, Marissa, what do you know? Because
Yeah.
Marissa is very much, even though she's reserves, she also is very knowledgeable in other resources for the active side and the National Guard side because she's done all of them. And many of our mentors have done active, reserve, National Guard. Some of them have served themselves. So we're very knowledgeable in finding whatever you need wherever you are.
And
We are the best connections. We are
For
the
sure.
best connected community to be able to have spouses come to us so that we can get them what they need and what they're looking for.
Because everyone's different. Everyone's coming from a different point, even though we're all military spouses.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, you know, to the point too, we're an Army Reserve family, but my husband is currently stationed at a joint base, multiple states away from where we are. So as much as I'm an Army spouse, my husband's currently serving with Air Force, Navy, and Marines in addition to other Army units. So, you know, we come at it from a lot of different backgrounds. And I was a National Guard spouse before I was a Reserve spouse. So I have that background too.
And if you take a look under our names, there's the mini bio and there's the About Me section. We always tell our mentors to write in those two different sections some of the things they're knowledgeable about. For example, if anyone goes into the hub, which we're going to ask you to do that in a little bit anyways, and takes a look at mine, I can only say mine right now. I know I've recently asked all of our mentors and branch mentors to update it. It says like homeschooling, reserves, AGR, multiple Diddy PCSs. It tells you kind of the things that I'm really knowledgeable about. I mean, obviously we only have like so many characters we can fit it all in there. So some of our people can only fit so much in there. But that might be an easy way to just kind of look at the mentors and see what are the areas they feel like they're most knowledgeable about, and that might be a way to connect. Now everyone's gonna go look at my profile. Now I'm getting all
Right, let me go
nervous.
see what you have on there.
I see Van's going, let me go see what she's So our last set of departments, which we could not do any of this without all of the collaboration of all of our teams, is our development team, our comms and marketing team, our ambassadors. Oh, they're on there twice. Look, see, I didn't neither of us even saw that.
Yeah.
And our human resources team. So everyone works together with MSAN to make sure that our goals and our values and are being seen through, and how can we see those through, and what can we do to better support our military spouses at any point.
Yeah, so those are our favorite things about MSAN because we have so many different departments, so many volunteers, so many everything, and everyone is really working together to like make it all happen behind the scenes. There's so much behind the scenes that happens, and it all comes together to be able to help our military spouses. So
there's a lot. I'm like sitting here as you're like talking and I'm just like going, I'm like, oh gosh, this hub thing is so freaking awesome. It's literally my nighttime jigsaw puzzle is what I call it. And my in-between work stuff. But I think my takeaway is I probably need to find a mentor because I don't even know if I have one. I was going to just go off the chat after and then figure out like, where can I see a list? Because I'm clicking around all these things. Yes, I looked at people's profiles. I love my favorite tab on the hub, honestly, is community members and new. Because then when I see someone I know or someone that might be related, I'm like, hi, welcome. And I must have followed that from someone else because someone else was doing it to everyone else. So for me, I really do enjoy the network. like Alex on here. If it weren't for like those leadership programs, I would have never met her. And so it's kind of one of those things like I'm really diving into this a little bit more because I'm all about the people. I need all the help, and I think this is the place to go.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point is like anybody that's a spouse on here with us, or if you watch this recording, if you need a mentor, you can reach out to anyone that has a title in the hub. They will direct you to the right place. They will get you connected to basically our team essentially. But if they say the word mentor and they're in your branch, you can pretty much connect with them right then and there and have them assigned as your formal mentor if that works out. If you want another one, then you let us know. But anybody that has a title, you can chat message them and say, hey, I'm a member of the hub and I would really like to have a mentor. Can you please guide me there? And we'll take care of you.
I think I understand perhaps why the hub's set up the way it is.
Awesome.
So some of these hot topics, as our advocacy hours or our MSAN chats, Tracy and friends, we try to cover those. So if you're ever interested in like, I know we talked last week about I'm going to put on our schedule a chat about geobaching and a chat about foreign-born spouses. So those topics that you see like maybe aren't being addressed in the hub or whatever, send them to me and I will put them on our chat schedules. And I'm open to my chat schedules are always open to whatever topic y'all want to talk about. So if you have ideas you want to talk about that you're not seeing in the hub, send them to me directly and I'll add them to my list. We're on hiatus through the summer. And in September, we'll start our chats again. And I'm working on the plans for that. And so I can absolutely incorporate all of them into any of my chats.
And I really like the idea that it's a little bit more of an intimate place where you can connect people.
We love to see all these connections that you guys are making amongst each other as spouses and with your mentors. It's really cool to see that full circle. And some of these are happening because you're a mentor-mentee or you're taking the leadership course or, there's a lot of pieces to it. So it's exciting to see all those connections.
I just want to say those numbers are amazing.
Amazing.
I've only been with MSAN for about 1.5 years now, and just wow.
It's only the beginning. I think MSAN has a lot of great things happening and coming to it. And it's all, again, our volunteers continuing to spread the word and continuing to grow. So it's amazing where we're at now and really looking forward to the future and the continued growth and additional programs and things that are coming down the road. So it's exciting.
I just want to comment on Elizabeth's question about special needs parents dealing with 504s and IEPs. If you have specific questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am a parent with a child who had a 504 into an IEP. I have gone rounds on the school front. I also work in the public schools. So if you have a question, reach out. I probably have the answer to it.
Guys, I think the takeaway from this is if you're a spouse and you have a topic that you need help on, speak up, right? Reach out to one of us. Like, don't hold it to yourself. There's someone out here that has been through what you've been through that can probably help you, as we just see in this scenario. So speak up. We're here to help you. No judgment. That's definitely not where we're coming from. It's a place of help that we're here for you. So if you're contemplating if you need a mentor or if you need just a specific topic like this one, reach out to someone and see if we can get you connected with the resources that we know are available for you. Next month, I don't know what we're covering. We'll figure it out. But these talks happen every month, and it's a connecting moment. We switch from morning to evening. So next one will be in the evening to try to get different types of members. All of you are welcome back. Like if you've been here, you got to come back. That's the rule. I'm kidding.
If you attend my chats, if you watch the recording to my chats and respond to the answer, you're entered in drawings. If you answer our monthly question that goes in the home space, you're eligible for to be in our drawing. And if you attend these, you're eligible for our drawing. So lots of things going on. Plus, you just get to connect with us and have fun because we always have fun at all of them. But yay.